Who gave you the permit? Or from what agency did you get your permit to conduct such challenge?
Mr. Chair, hindi po kasi kami sigurado in the several period kung meron ho ba kami talagang ahensya ng pamahalaan na pwedeng lapitan maliban doon sa mga local government unit. So kaya po kami nagpunta sa LTO dahil sila naman po ang in charge sa transportation at saka sa mga rehistro ng mga sasakyan.
For DOTR, no permits were given or requested from our office. Thank you.
Mr. Chair, but legal opinion, does the LTO or DOTR have an opinion na kailangan po ba ng permit?
None, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair, same po yan with LTO, no?
Anong sagot ng LTO? Hindi yung pagtango.
None, Your Honor.
You do not have to issue a permit.
Yes, Your Honor. None, Your Honor.
Kayo po ang agency na nagpapatupad ng 4136 at hindi nyo alam. And I think you have listened to the boss representative that they asked permission from you or they coordinated with your office. First question, totoo bang nakipag-coordinate sila sa inyo or you do not know anything about it? Kung hindi nyo po masagot yan, magpapatuloy yung nangyayaring ganito. Di po ba? If you, two agencies concerned, cannot even answer this question, ay walang mangyayari sa atin. They must have a permit. Yung nagrarally, kumukuha ng permit eh. Sige nga. So, Highway Patrol, hindi po nyo masasagot to.
Thank you very much, sir. On the part of the Highway Patrol, sir, we did not issue permit or deny any permit on that occasion, sir.
DILG, what is your stand on this?
Sir, the activity that they conducted is technically legal. However, it becomes illegal if it endangers people who are also using the road. Kasi under our law, sir, the use of the road is not something, it's not illegal. However, if you break the speed limit, do not get any permits from the LGUs where you are conducting your activities, your activity becomes illegal.
There's some permit, I don't want to say permit, there's some permission, or guarantee that we can do it.
At saka for your information, Chairman, hindi ho binigyan ni Mayor, nagpapasalamat kami kay Mayor Magalong, hindi niya ho binigyan ng permit ang bossman sa Baguio kasi may na-disgrasya na dyan before. Dahil sa lakas ng ilaw, nakasalubong yung kotse, bumagsak sa bangin. Yun hong tao na na-disgrasya, buhay naman, pero gumastos ng 1.2 million para matayag-tayong yung utak. Kaya hindi binigyan ng permit sa Baguio.
Mr. Chair, may we ask from the boss group, ano po yung permits that, or sino pong government agencies ang involved po dito? Because of course, we understand this would not be possible without yung kanilang government partners.
Mr. Tan, you can answer.
Yes, Mr. Chair. We have sent letters to the LGUs, to the Philippine National Police, and coordinated with them ahead of time. We have also command conference so that all the regional directors and concerned stations for the route will be alerted. We have sent letters to the partner LGUs and governors' offices, for the route, especially on where we're going to have a checkpoint. It's evident on the checkpoints wherein the LGUs would have held us the checkpoints. The checkpoints is to ensure that we're not missing any participants.
I think the central question, Mr. Tan, is who gave you the permit or from what agency did you get your permit to conduct such challenge? Yun po yung katanungan ni Honorable Gutierrez.
Mr. Chair, and may I add, if they're of the opinion in the converse, kung sa tingin po ng boss group ay walang permit required under law, kung gano'n naman po yung interpretasyon nila. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, can I ask Mr. Tristan Diaz to answer the question?
Mr. Diaz is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ang una po namin naging coordination before we start the Boss Ironman Motorcycle Challenge noong last January and February is with the Land Transportation Office. Opo, sa Land Transportation Office. Ang pangalawa po naming naging coordination ay kung saan po namin uumpisahan yung event namin. So ito po yung City of General Santos at saka po ang Subic Bay Metropolitan Authority. Ang pangatlo po naming paghingi ng kaukulang pakikipag-ugnayan involves the Philippine National Police. It involves the Bureau of Fire Protection at saka po yung mga iba't ibang provincial government na dadaanan po nung Boss Ironman Motorcycle Challenge both sa Mindanao po at saka sa Luzon. So yun po yung sequence ng aming pakikipag-ugnayan sa ating ahensya ng gobyerno.
Ano po yung hiningi nyo sa LTO?
Ang sinabi po namin sa LTO ay kami po ay magkukonduct ng Boss Ironman Motorcycle Challenge. Hindi, Mr. Chair, hindi po kasi kami sigurado in the several period kung meron ho ba kami talagang ahensya ng pamahalaan na pwedeng lapitan maliban doon sa mga local government unit. So kaya po kami nagpunta sa LTO dahil sila naman po ang in charge sa ating mga sa transportation at saka sa mga rehistro ng mga sasakyan. Minarapat po namin na sa kanila po kami makipag-ugnayan, unang makipag-ugnayan.
Thank you. Mr. Chair, an additional question to the representative of Boss Group. May coordination po ba with the DOT or the TPB?
Mr. Chair, meron pong coordination kaming ginawa sa Department of Tourism. Yan po ay through the Tourism Promotions Board. Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chair, doon naman sa private partners po natin, meron po ba tayong coordination or permitting with the AAP and the MPCF?
Mr. Chair, Joseph Tan, can I answer po? With the AAP, wala po kasi it's a private organization. We're also a different private organization, no?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So, ang understanding po natin in the terms ng permitting, no, or coordination for Boss Group, pag other private organizations, wala pong coordination. Is that is my understanding correct, Mr. Chair?
Mr. Chair, tama po yun.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, we'll now proceed with asking the government agencies involved. First and foremost, we'd like to ask the legal opinion po siguro ng DILG. Would a permit be required by the LGU in cases of events such as this? And I think it'd be better to ask not just the LGU boss, no, but DILG in general, kasi po the jurisdiction actually transcends any one LGU. So maybe know their legal opinion on this matter, Mr. Chair.
Good morning, Honorable Chair, Honorable members of the committee and the resource speakers. The event of the Boss Ironman Challenge would need a permit from the mayor, as it is not one of those events that are exempted under the local government code that does not need a mayor's permit. So for their checkpoints, kung saan po man yung checkpoints nila, it would need, if it's gonna be an event, like a whole event where people will come and go with lots of activities, it would definitely need a mayor's permit before they can conduct any activity within the LGU or the municipality. Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair, in addition po, no, katanungan sa DILG, aside from yung sa checkpoints, yung sa mga rota po, wala pong kailangan na ordinansa or any permit at all?
Okay. Okay. Good morning, Your Honor. As for the routes, no, if it's within the municipal routes naman, it's public road. For example, municipal roads, the use of the roads naman po is free for use for anyone passing through naman po. Yung mga LGU roads po na ito po yung mga LGU roads na pwedeng i-regulate ng ating mga munisipyo. For example, yung mga traffic ordinances nila, dito po covered yan. As for the national roads, I expect po kasi mga big bikes ito and malalaki yung mga dinadaanan nito. Malamang sa malamang po, national roads kadalasan yung nadaanan nito. Hindi na po ito sa cloud ng LGU. So, hindi na po ito, kumbaga, we are in a gray area na pwede silang makakuha ng mga LGUs po eh. Salamat po.
Okay. Thank you, DLG. Mr. Chair, may we ask LTO kung what permits would be required in their, if they have an opinion kung may permitting required po in the office of the LTO or DOTR?
Mr. Chair, for DOTR, no permits were given or requested from our office. Thank you.
Mr. Chair, but legal opinion, does the LTO or DOTR have an opinion na kailangan po ba ng permit?
None, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair, same po yan with the LTO, no?
Anong sagot ng LTO? Hindi yung pagtango.
None, Your Honor.
You do not have to issue a permit?
Yes, Your Honor.
If I remember it right, there are two laws which can be violated insofar as this event is concerned. The Local Government Code and the Land Transportation Code of the Philippines, or 4136 if I remember it right, tsaka 7160. Kayo po ang agency na nagpapatupad ng 4136 at hindi nyo alam. And I think you have listened to the boss representative that they asked permission from you or they coordinated with your office. First question, totoo bang nakipag-coordinate sila sa inyo or you do not know anything about it?
Your Honor, for the 2024 event, I believe the coordination that is referred to by the organizer is related to the order of LTO in October 2023 that they will stop and desist from conducting this activity. There was an anonymous complaint that was referred to LTO, and the LTO decided on that.
And that order was signed by the head of the LTO?
Yes, Your Honor.
Was it properly received by the boss officers or organizers?
Yes, Your Honor. That's why they filed a motion for reconsideration.
And what was your action insofar as the MR is concerned?
In the succeeding evaluation of the office, Your Honor, the LTO find that the boss, there's merit on their appeal, so the order for them to desist from conducting this activity was
rescinded.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, may we know from the PNP if, in their opinion, kailangan po ng permit? And if so, nagbigay po ba sila ng permit?
Who will answer for the PNP? Who is the most senior among the generals present today?
Reference from DO, sir.
Sir, with your permission, sir, RD Region 11, sir.
So, you will be speaking for in behalf of the Philippine National Police?
In the absence of any volunteer, sir, I will, sir.
Yeah, that's why I was asking for who is the most senior, kasi tradition would tell us that if the most senior is not present, the most senior officer present will be the one to represent.
We have a reference from DO, sir. Yung reference, sir.
Sir,
Yeah, please state your name.
I'm the most senior as far as the regional directors are concerned, sir.
Please answer the question of the Honorable Gutierrez.
the question about the need for a permit from the concerned government agencies, my answer is yes, sir. A permit from the local government units and the LTO, so that these agencies will properly check the preparations of the organizers. There will be a consultation with the participants and ensure that no one will become victims or walang ma-aksidente dito sa event na po ito. So, kailangan yung dumaan sa agencies, merong scrutiny, merong ma-check maigi sa itong event na ito, preparations. Thank you, sir.
Mr. Chair, most respectfully, we'd like to ask, we understand the opinion of the PNP, but we'd like to check po noong, if their opinion, kung may permit from the PNP po. We'd like to clarify that. If they are of the legal opinion for the PNP, kung required po na magbigay rin ng PNP ng permitting po, Mr. Chair.
Boss, you coordinated with what unit of the PNP?
Mr. Chair, we coordinated with the Directorate for Operations.
Okay,
But the letter was sent, Mr. Chairman, to the office of the GPNP.
Yeah, that's precisely the reason why I was looking for the representative or the one designated by the Chief PNP to represent the PNP hierarchy in Camp Crame. So, Highway Patrol, hindi po nyo masasagot to.
Thank you very much, sir. On the part of the Highway Patrol, sir, we only received memo from DO for the assistance, motorist assistance to be rendered sa activity ng Boss Ironman. But we did not issue permit or deny any permit on that occasion, sir.
Di po ba Highway Patrol, when you are directed to, shall we say, coordinate, or for example with the Boss Challenge, hindi nyo na hinihiling kung may permiso yun?
We just rely on the memo coming from the higher headquarters, sir.
Thank you. You were raising your hand, yung most senior RD?
Sir, ito po yung request po nila sa amin sa PNP, mobile security and motorcycle assistance, deployment of medical teams, road security, traffic marshal management, overt and overt area security, including EO9K9 in all phases of engagement, creation of quick reaction force, and our collaboration with other government agencies and intelligence coverage. Ito po yung pinaprovide ng Philippine National Police na ni-request nila sa amin, sir.
When you provided such, or when you acceded to their request, did you not even verify whether they had an authority to conduct such?
The regional offices also get instructions, get orders from the national headquarters, Your Honor. So there was a directive, memorandum issued, so we followed, Your Honor.
Just because it came from the Directorate for Operations of the Philippine National Police, you did not even ask for a copy of the authority or permit? Ganun po ba yun? Kasi yun po yung conclusion ko sa mga sagot po ninyo eh. And if you are not going to answer that, then maybe if there will be a second hearing of this issue, maybe I think it is but necessary, COMSEC, to see to it that the hierarchy of the PNP in Camp Crame will be represented in the next hearing. Please proceed, Honorable Gutierrez.
We'd like to go on po now, Mr. Chair, to yung measures po. Katanungan po natin dito sa organizers kung what measures were taken to ensure a safe and peaceful execution po ng event na ito. Mr. Chair, we are made aware that there are checkpoints being implemented and that to ensure na hindi po nagmamadali yung ating mga participants, meron po silang parang minimum time period to reach each checkpoint na kung saan if they arrive shorter than that, disqualified po sila kasi the presumption is they're going faster than would be legally allowed. Mr. Chair, may we ask yung representative ng Boss Group, how do they determine po how many checkpoints are there and what is the determination of the distances and how do they determine yung minimum time po?
We have 9 checkpoints, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. May we know yung 9 checkpoints na ito, if we may?
The checkpoints, the first one is in the provincial capital of Pangasinan. Next is in Bacnotan, La Union. The next is in Plaza Burgos in Vigan City. The next is in Sanchez Mira. Next is in provincial capital of Tuguegarao. Next is in there's a gas station in Echage. And next is in the rock formation in Dinajawan. And next is in Wiltec, Cabanatuan, where is the final destination.
Thank you. Mr. Chair, do we have an average distance po between these checkpoints or widely varying po ba sila?
Varying, sir.
Mr. Chair, for an idea po natin, what's the shortest distance po between these checkpoints and what's the longest?
Bacnotan to Bigan is the shortest, sir.
That would be mga how many kilometers po, Mr. Chair?
Bacnotan.
That's about 125 kilometers, more or less.
Mr. Chair, would the organizers have an idea yung longest checkpoint po nila, yung longest leg?
The longest is from Subic to Pangasinan, Capitolio.
So the first leg po yung longest. How many kilometers po ito, sir? Mr. Chair.
Sandali pa. Around 230 po.
230 kilometers. So ranging from 125 to 230 po yung ating distance. Ano po yung minimum time requirement dun sa 125 kilometers? I would assume, Mr. Chair, tama po ba yung understanding? Yung minimum time is not from the start. Yung minimum time that they will be stamping sa passport is checkpoint to checkpoint. Tama po ba?
Yes, sir. We have minimum, actually minimum or the first checkpoint that we're checking the speed is in Sanchez Mira.
Oh, Mr. Chair, so we don't check yung checkpoints before Sanchez Mira? Wala po tayong stamping? Yung sa Pangasinan?
Meron po.
The first 230 kilometers. Ano po yung minimum time po natin doon sa first checkpoint?
Sir, at around 4 hours, no? But if you arrive there at less than 4 hours, we disqualify you.
Okay.
DNF.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So for the first checkpoint, 4 hours. Dapat po, it has been 4 hours since take-off nila from Subic.
Sir, that's around 4 hours, no? Plus minus probably 30 minutes, sir.
Mr. Chair, I believe there was a mention na yung loop ay dapat matapos beyond a certain period. Kasi anything shorter would imply po speeding, no? So ano po yung, for example, yung first checkpoint, ano yung minimum time that dapat upon arrival, madi-disqualify po sila if they arrive anytime shorter? Or baka mali po yung pagkaintindi ko, Mr. Chair, perhaps yung final time lang tinitingnan po ng organizers. Which is which po?
Sir, sa Cagayan po kami naglagay ng isa pang minimum time.
Okay, so how many checkpoints po yung may minimum time check? Sanchez Mira and?
Cagayan, Sanchez Mira, sir, no? And we'll take, of course, the final destination.
At the final. So, Mr. Chair, wala po tayong malalaman na averaging between checkpoints. Ang malalaman po natin na it doesn't matter if, for example, from Subic all the way to LU, napakabilis po nila. Pero kung bagalan naman po nila yung LU to Cagayan, pasok pa rin po sila dun sa minimum time. Would that be a fair statement, Mr. Chair?
Yes, sir.
So, what measures now do we take to ensure na our participants are following? Kasi po, I would understand, the more checkpoints that we have, the more often we check yung timestamp po nila, at least we could make sure on average na sumusunod naman po sila all throughout, at least in chunks of 125 to 230 kilometers. Pero if yung checking lang po natin yung time is only in Sanchez Mira, which is already halfway, I believe, and then the end, parang doesn't matter the averaging. Kaya nga po, what we hear of, I don't know if it's true, yung urban legend na dahil hindi na po pwede magmadali, it will be a race to the first gas station before Sanchez Mira. Or it will be a race to the first gas station before the end of the race. Are the organizers aware of this informal arrangement, Mr. Chair?
None at all, sir. Actually, we're supposed to have a GPS, no? That is my biggest failure, I would say, and I apologize for that, because we were informed just on the day itself, no? When the 3 days of installation of GPS and inspection of motorcycles, that the provider advised us, which is on record, that they cannot provide the information. I mean, the system for us.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, nabanggit naman po yung GPS, no? So this was going to be a GPS for all participants, supposedly.
Yes, sir.
Hindi lang po siya natuloy this. Was this GPS implemented in previous BIMC challenges?
No. Only in Mindanao. This is the first time that it was implemented.
Well, Mr. Chair, siguro po, while we consider also yung legislative action po natin dito sa Kongreso, if ever they consider reformatting, and we're not saying that they should, but if they should, these are some measures that they should consider. Yung checkpoints, averaging, yung timestamp, dapat hindi po in 2 points only. Perhaps all the checkpoints should have verification po if they achieved it after the minimum time, and also po, of course, yung GPS. Ngayon po, Mr. Chair, you've submitted to us yung chart po ninyo. There was a very big spike po, no, in the last 5 years. In 2019, the participants was 400, and ngayon na nag 1,800 in 2024. So, 2022, it was north of 1,600. So, I guess the gap is between 2020 and 2022 po, no? We skipped 2021, Mr. Chair, because of the pandemic po, no?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Chair, yung 2019 and 2020, invitational lang po ba ito? Or it follows the same format na open to all?
It's the same format, open to all.
Mr. Chair, may we know kailan po yung last invitational ng...
That was 5 years. Because during that time, it was closed to the group. It's supposed to be for the club only.
Mr.
Not
Chair,
for everyone.
So nag-open to everyone on the 6th BIMC?
No. On the second year, because we have some members that is members of the AMDG, they said they wanted to join the group because they enjoy it, and they want the other members of the AMDG who are not boss member to experience the same thing. So, because it's a very small community, we allowed it. Then on the next year, the LMFI members joined the activity, no? Because again, on the same reason, they wanted to join. It is not supposed to be for them because we don't know them. Not just we don't know them, but the logistic that we need, it's basically the club logistics, and there is no income there. No? Then as we go on and as we move on, other participants bike groups actually joined. It was actually, sir, unfortunate after the COVID, wherein the surge has happened, and a lot of bloggers joined the group, and then just this last 2022, 23, you know, when there was a surge of the sales of the motorcycle, from the smaller bike that who went to the big bikes, because the big bike become, I mean, easily available now compared before. It's just like the small scooters. The small scooters before is not easily available, but now you can just go to a shop and then get a financing scheme for that. So it was the surge after the COVID-19 that the figure has reached first, I think, 1,200, then 1,600, no? Then this year, as I mentioned, 1,700. This is again one incident. When we opened the registration, it was filled in within 4 hours, and we closed it.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So you'd say po no, na around 2022 was when talagang may mga pumapasok na di na po natin kilala. So at least nung 2020, although not strictly invitational, it was somehow at least kilala ng kilala. It was organized kasi kilala ng LMFI, diba? So at least may federation. Pero ngayon na 2022 na lumalaki. And I'm glad, Mr. Chair, that the President Boss mentioned yung vloggers. We'll get to that in a later portion. And yun po. Okay, other measures po that were taken, we've discussed checkpoints, GPS, and invitational. Mr. Chair, yung bike check na sinasabi po natin, is this conducted by the LTO?
The bike checks are conducted by members itself.
Internal, Mr. Chair.
Yes, and
thank you.
We're supposed to implement this year an invitation from the bike manufacturers like the Honda, the Yamaha, the Kawasaki, and the BMW and the Ducati, so that they will have their own line. It's basically customer service. That did not materialize because the dealers were not cooperative. The manufacturers were not, doesn't want to participate on that, no?
Mr. Chair, would the President know why the, I would imagine po, kasi this is a huge marketing event, pinag-uusapan po talaga ito sa motorcycle community, I would think that the manufacturers and dealers would like to be involved. Would the President know po kung bakit hindi nag-pa-involve po itong mga brands for the maintenance of the bikes, Mr. Chair?
Well, honestly, it's corporate thing, you know. When we invited them, the first thing that we're doing earlier is basically setting the date and getting the permits. When we finally have all these things in our hand, we don't want to inform them if it's not yet, you know, final and secured, you know. There's some permit, I mean, I don't want to say permit, there's some permission, you know, or guarantee that we can do it. If probably we are sure 6 months before that everything is okay, there should not be any problem with the bike manufacturers, because they themselves have intimated to us, I can say at least 2 or 3 bike manufacturers, that they wanted to do it themselves, no?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, ang next question po natin sa measures, I would like to, I guess kasi wala pa yung Directorate for Operations, yung, if okay lang po, Mr. Chair, we'll direct it to the most senior general here. Regarding po yung PNP involvement, nalaman po natin na this was not a central, can we confirm po, Mr. Chair, that this was not a central from the Directorate? The coordination from the boss group was through the individual regions. Tama po ba yun? Or?
The coordination was made with the Directorate for Operations,
so may
National
naman.
Headquarters.
So, Mr. Chair, yung central and it's now dispersed to the regions po, no? Mr. Chair, ano po yung involvement yung ating regions? They deployed personnel to what areas po? Checkpoints lang po ba or all throughout sa mga rota? Ano po yung nitty-gritty po ng operations nito?
Pertaining to deployment of personnel pertaining to public safety and security services.
Yes, Mr. Chair. So, yung magde-deploy po yung PNP po, no? And known routes for the BIMC. Ano po yung determination po nila kung saan ilalagay yung mga tao? Ito ba ay mga major intersections lamang sa mga checkpoints po? Or paano po yun?
Tama po yan. With the limited number of personnel that we have also, for example, in my region, magmula sa Santa Praxedes, Municipality of Santa Praxedes to Municipality of Nagtipunan, Quirino, and that is 392 kilometers. So limited yung deployment ng tao natin sa roads na yan. So yung mga ano lang, so yung some of those roads lang po. Hindi po lahat ng stretch na yun.
Yes, Mr. Chair. For example po, no, nabanggit po in this particular instance, 390 kilometers, ilang katao lang po yun, Mr. Chair, na na-deploy?
I can only estimate, siguro magpo-provide yung police stations na mga around 10 to 15 personnel. Marami na yung 15 po.
Oh, Mr. Chair, 300 plus kilometers, 10 people only. And siguro shifting pa po yan kasi 24-hour event po ito. We're not blaming the PNP po, no? We understand the predicament of our limited resources. Hindi porket may BIMC, maghihinto na po yung ibang needs ng PNP. They also have their regular needs for their stations. They can't drop everything for this event. But it just goes to show kung how spread thin they are. And this seems to answer the question po, no, that we've been asking nung start. Yung participants, sa dami-dami po natin nakikita ang paglalabag, bakit wala pong nadi-disqualify, bakit wala pong na-apprehend? Because see, there seems to be a limited amount of people. We have to ask ourselves, does this kind of event have a place in our public roads? So yun po, Mr. Chair, I'd like to move on then to questioning yung sa mga actions po natin. Mr. Chair, may we ask the boss group if they have had how many disqualifications do they have for this 2024 Ironman?
Yes, we have a list of disqualified participants.
Mr. Chair, ilan po yun, sir?
In Mindanao, we have 14.
And for the Luzon leg, Mr. Chair?
Just for a while, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
26 participants in Luzon.
26. Mr. Chair, what were the basis for the disqualifications of the, for example, let's focus on the Luzon, yung 26. Lahat po ba ito ay overspeeding? Is this because of traffic incidents?
Yes.
Ano po yung basis natin for DD?
Reaching the certain checkpoints fast earlier than the required time.
This is only Sanchez Mira and Cabanatuan, no? Only these two checkpoints na may time check.
The first checkpoint, sir.
The first checkpoint. So, Mr. Chair, so 26 out of 1,800 lang yung na-disqualify.
May also ask my own doubts insofar as this issue is concerned. Insofar as policy is concerned, may I ask the OTR, the ILG, or LTO, who would be able to answer this question. Is the holding of the BIMC contrary to law, particularly Republic Act number 4136 and RA 7160? Please take note that in accomplishing the feat or challenge, participants share the road with regular motorists. Who would be able to answer that question? Is the holding of such event contrary to law? This event is being conducted on national, provincial, and municipal roads, which is shared by the citizens of this country. Kung hindi nyo po masagot yan, magpapatuloy yung nangyayaring ganito. Hindi po ba? If two agencies concerned cannot even answer this question, ay walang mangyayari sa atin. You could just imagine 1,800 riders running through a stretch of road at the same time, being used also by pedestrians and other vehicle owners. Just imagine that. Should this be allowed?
Mr. Chair, per 4136, Mr. Chair, there's no specific prohibition regarding this event, Mr. Chair. But of course, Mr. Chair, there's a specific provision regarding the speed limit and the reckless driving, Mr. Chair, which we can penalize if committed, Mr. Chair.
Your answer to my question does not appropriately answer the question that I'm asking. My question is the holding of BIMC contrary to law? Abogado naman kayo eh. Pwede bang pakisagot? DILG, what is your stand on this?
Sir, since the boss is a organization duly created by law, and their activities is also protected under the Constitution, the right to organize, and also to do activities that will enrich the community and themselves. The activity that they conducted is technically legal. However, it becomes illegal if it endangers people who are also using the road. Kasi under our law, sir, the use of the road is not something, it's not illegal. However, if you break the speed limit, do not get any permits from the LGUs where you are conducting your activities, your activity becomes illegal. Thank you, Your Honor.
So, I do not disagree that it is an organization. But when their activities would endanger public safety, would you still permit it?
Not anymore, Your Honor, of course.
In the case of the boss challenge, does it not endanger public safety?
Based on what is discussed and what is shown today, I believe, without any conclusive, saying anything conclusive, Your Honor, it endangers the public, Your Honor.
Thank you. How about LTO?
Same, Mr. Chair.
Same.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Now, pursuant to Republic Act 4136, there are speed limits provided for by that law insofar as the different road structures in our country are concerned. Tama?
Correct, Mr. Chair.
For highways or open roads, for municipal and provincial roads, meron pong speed limit.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
The maximum speed limit.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Yes, and insofar as the local government units are concerned, they can come up with ordinances to, shall we say, regulate their speed limit, except that they cannot increase the maximum provided for by Republic Act 4136. Tama po ba?
Correct, Mr. Chair.
Yes. Now, may I ask DPWH, kayo po ang nag-construct ng ating mga road infrastructure, tama po ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. Now, would you kindly tell this committee if this road infrastructure that you have constructed would be appropriate for this event?
Based on the video presented this morning, Your Honor, of course, national highways were specifically designed to accommodate motor vehicles up to a certain design speed, Your Honor. And based on what we have shown, the national highway is not specifically intended to accommodate this kind of activity, Your Honor.
Pursuant to law, you also have classification of roads and the corresponding speed limits. Tama po ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. Now, let's see. Yung boss authorities, may I know the fastest time nung nakatapos?
Your Honor, yung fastest time po, hindi po siya nakatapos kasi disqualify po namin siya.
Ay, hindi siya fastest time. Yung fastest time na nakatapos, yun po ang tanong ko. So kung hindi siya nakatapos, it's not the fastest time na nakompleto.
Ang on record po namin sa Luzon is 18.7 hours.
That's for a motorcycle.
Tama po yun.
How about for a car?
Your Honor, 21 hours.
21 hours. May I know the brand of motorcycle that finished in 18 hours?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. We would have to look into existing record. I cannot immediately answer that at this moment.
And may I know also the brand of car that finished first? Kasi iba po yung nakakarating sa akin eh.
I don't have that information as of the moment.
Hindi po ba dapat nasa inyo itong information na ito? Kasi kayo pong organizer. Kayo po nag-award sa mga finishers. Hindi po winners eh. Finishers ang tawag po ninyo. Hindi pa first placer, second placer. No. Finishers ang tawag po ninyo.
Tama po yan, Your Honor.
Yes. So you should know.
I'm sure, sir, I could look at it, but at the moment, I don't have the information, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, let's go back to the policy issue. May I ask the government agencies concerned, would this event require a permit?
Yes, Your Honor.
The ILG?
Your Honor, as for the LGUs, yes, Your Honor.
Why the qualification insofar as your answer is concerned?
Sir, we do not, as the DILG, we do not regulate the roads that are being used, Your Honor. We just regulate the LGUs.
So
Who owns
there's
the
no
roads.
national relevant government agency that can require a permit from these people? Is that what you're trying to tell us? Kasi sabi mo, local government units, yes. So, what you're trying to tell this committee is there is no national agency that can issue such permit?
Your Honor, I cannot answer for all the other agencies that are present here, but first for the DILG, we do not issue a permit to events like the Boss Ironman Challenge, Your Honor.
The OTR?
For the OTR, Mr. Chairman, we cannot issue a permit for this as well.
Yes, but you stated that it requires a permit. Now, who gives the permit? That is my question. Kasi this is one step, or the first step, insofar as safeguarding safety is concerned. They must have a permit. Yung nga nagrarally, kumukuha ng permit eh. Sige nga. And comparing to the challenge, mas riskier yung challenge kaysa dun sa nagrarally. And yet, we require a permit. And we know from whom the permit will be taken or requested from. In this case, hindi nyo po ako masagot. Saan po kaya kukuha ng permit? O sino kaya mag-issue ng permit? So we just let it go this way? Diba? Kaya nga mangyayari ito. Now, with these things happening, may I know what your agencies would do?
Your Honor, as for the DILG, sir, we may, as there is no law prohibiting the Boss Ironman Challenge yet, we can issue a memorandum circular directing all the LGUs involved to regulate the activities and also to strictly enforce the traffic laws within their local government units, so we can avoid another accident like what was shown earlier, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, may I ask the motorcycle organizations, is it safe to ride a motorcycle for 20 straight hours without sleep at an average speed of 60 kilometers per hour or more, taking into consideration the physical and other external factors affecting human limitations?
Sa study ho namin talaga, when we started this motorcycle taxi, hindi ho namin nire-recommend yun eh. At least 8 hours na kailangan talaga may pahinga.